Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 222, and I am so glad that you're here today because I'm talking about 3 easy ways to stall your success as you're starting and growing your business. I sound all happy, but it's kind of a negative thing, right? Like stalling your success, that's not a good thing. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to quickly have success. So I'm going to share with you these 3 things. You're going to learn them today and you're going to stop doing them so that you can be successful sooner than later. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're in the idea stage, whether you're starting, whether you're growing, you're in the right place, whether you have a product business or a service business, you're in the right place. And if you want to grow online this year, this is the podcast for you. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so happy that you're here. For all of you that are new, make sure you get plugged in. Okay. First of all, I have a Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. Make sure you check it out right now, because finally now you'll have a community, a virtual community online of women who are starting businesses too and growing them, and who are asking questions and looking for advice and getting help just like you need to do. So make sure you get in there, ask any questions you want. I know you think they're silly, but now you actually have someone out in the virtual world to ask questions and get help so that you can move faster as you start and grow your business. So make sure you get plugged in there. Then I have a lot of free resources. Okay. So if you scroll down in the show notes right now, you will see the link to the Facebook group. Okay. That's going to take you to Facebook. You'll answer 3 questions and then I'll let you in the group soon. But also there's a link to free resources. So listen up really quick. This is free for you. Okay. Number 1, if you're in the idea stage, I've got a whole guide for you to help you figure out what type of business you're meant to start. Number 2, I have a 16-step checklist that will help you as you're starting your business. So if you're in that starting stage, it's for you. If you're in the growth stage, meaning you're about to open or you've already opened, get your ears on my secret podcast. Okay. It's called Consistent Sales Made Simple. It will be on that page. When you click free resources, all of these will be listed there. So make sure you click over to that. It's on my website. Everything's there. You can click that secret podcast. It will teach you how to make consistent sales so that you can get your business growing. Okay. Because there's nothing worse than opening your business and hearing crickets and wondering how the heck you're going to get customers and clients. And I teach you how you're going to do that. So make sure you grab all of that. And I'm just so happy you're here. If you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my wonderful listeners. If you would do me a huge favor, this would mean the world to me. If you've been listening to this podcast and you find value in it, okay, would you give it a 5-star rating? So if you're in Apple Podcasts, for example, you can rate this podcast and you can give it a 5 stars. That would mean so much to me. If you have 30 seconds to write a review on what this podcast has meant to you or how it's helped you, anything to share, because then it will show others who are looking for podcasts real quick, if they look at the reviews, to know that it's a valuable podcast. And I can't help but think that it will tell Apple and the other podcast players out there to show it to more people like you and I who are wanting to make money doing what we love, right? So thank you all so much. And thank you for all the reviews. Y'all have been so, so kind. And shout out to my Grow Getters. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How's everything going with your business? I hope that you are moving and grooving. You are getting things done and moving along toward this dream of yours. I'm telling you, there's going to be nothing better than building this business, making it successful, making the money that you want and need so that you can keep doing this for a long time. It's literally the best feeling. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a long time. And yeah, some years I've made a little money. Some years I made a lot of money. It's depended on the season of my life, what I was doing. You know, if I was at the beginning of my business or at the peak of my business, there's ebbs and flows. And even through all of it, it's been such a fulfilling and wonderful experience. And so I'm so excited for all of you that are embarking on the journey or are doing it now. Today, we're talking about 3 easy ways to stall your success. I should say 3 simple ways to stall your success. I use a lot of S's in alliteration. 3 simple ways to stall your success. Y'all, so many of you are stalling your success and you don't even realize it. You think that this is part of it, that You got to do these three things, and it just takes a long time. And I'm here to tell you that you could be moving a lot faster, my friend, a lot faster. And you could be already getting more sales and be growing your business. So let's talk about these. And I've learned these from clients that have been in one-on-one coaching, Grow Getters, my Just Getting Started program, even in our free Facebook group. Y'all, I see this all the time. So these three things are super common. So if you're like, after you listen to this, if you're like, oh gosh, all three of those are me, then good news. You've got a lot of potential to get moving faster, okay? If all three of these are you, think about if you fix these three things, how much faster you may start moving, okay? Because there's no time to waste. I'm telling you, there is no time to waste. You've got to keep the momentum going. That's the thing. Some new business owners get going and they're all excited and they do all this stuff to get open, but then the momentum starts dying. And I think that's the most frustrating part for people is when the momentum dies. So I want to keep up your momentum. I want to get you more quickly to the level of success that you are searching for. Okay, so here's the first one. And y'all have heard me say some of these before, but I have to keep saying these over and over and over to drill them into your head, because I think a lot of times people hear it and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I actually mean this. I actually mean it. Okay, number one, too many offers. Everyone listen to me right now. Whether you're starting a product business, a service business, some kind of consulting or coaching or programs, I don't know what it is, but let me tell you, new business owners think that they have to have a bazillion offers, okay? So I've worked with product business owners who've been like, okay, my dream is to have, whatever. I'm just going to make this up, that it's a clothing line, okay? And they're like, I'm going to sell my clothing online, and I want to right now have men, women, children. I want to have shoes. I want to have socks and underwear and pants and shirts. And I'm like, that's amazing. But right now, you're spending weeks and weeks trying to figure all this out. And you don't even know right now exactly what your clientele, your customer base wants and what sells before you start investing time, energy, and money, creating all the patterns and getting all the fabric and getting it all cut to the right size and get all of it. Y'all, it's too much. It's too much. I highly suggest, if you are a product business owner, that you focus on a few things. Now, again, it's going to depend on what you're selling. It's going to depend. So some of you may actually need a variety of a lot of things, but some of you don't need as many as you think you do, okay? I've given the example before of like candles, and like if you do candle scents, or if you sell earrings or jewelry or something, you don't need 400 styles of that right now, because you're wasting time, energy, and money creating those when you don't even know what people totally love, what they'll buy, what the best sellers are, so that you can be leveraging those and just be getting known for those top ones and then selling. Y'all, you're doing too many things. If you're a service provider, okay, service providers can get sucked into this too. Because remember, even though I'm a coach, I'm a service provider. I provide a service, one-on-one coaching, and then I developed programs. But in the beginning, when I opened my business, do y'all know what I started with? One-on-one coaching. You know it? One-on-one coaching. I didn't say, oh my gosh, I need a group program right now. I need a course right now. I need all these things. When I didn't even know exactly what everyone was going to be wanting the most and what their real pain points were, because I hadn't coached anyone yet. I was just starting my business, and I could read online what other coaches help with. So I had an idea of the struggles that new business owners have, but I didn't really know what the people that were coming to me, what they were struggling with the most. Okay. Because the people that were going to be attracted to me, I didn't know that. I know what I was putting out there to attract, using the words and the things I was saying and my energy, right? That draws a certain person. Some people don't like this. Some people don't like this energy. They aren't in business to do what they love. They're only in business to make money. Some are not really in business to really serve others and create impact and make a difference. Some people aren't. That's the truth. They're just in business to just make a buck and like do it. It doesn't even have to be long term. They don't care, right? Those are not my people. So I think people know that. You wouldn't be listening if you didn't resonate with the things that I share, right? But I didn't know exactly who these people were going to be. And I didn't exactly know where they struggled because the things that come easy to me maybe don't come easy to y'all. And I realized, oh, wait, they actually just need help with that. Oh, I can do that in a split second, right? And vice versa. There may be some things that they're coming to me with that would come easy to them and they're talking through it. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's not really what I'm helping you do. For example, like a retail store. Someone comes to me and they have a retail store or a restaurant and they're like, how do I do the displays and how do I do all this? That is not really my forte. I've never had a physical store. I haven't had to hire like hourly employees to work at a store. I didn't have to do payroll like that. I just paid hourly people that were contractors and freelancers for me. I had my sister-in-law working for me, but we weren't in a store situation. Do y'all know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. Like there's stuff that I'm learning about people and people are learning about me. And then it helps me craft my messaging. And then it's helped me craft my programs and what I'm offering. I did not offer too much in the beginning. Now, my boutiques, that's a little bit of a different story because when I had my online stores, I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun seeing all the latest and greatest and trendy personalized gifts and all that. But I ended up with too much inventory. I went kind of crazy. I had a blast. I had a little bit too much fun with all the product offerings. And I would offer too much of one thing. Like I should have just always stuck with like the top 3 to 5 styles and then grown. You can grow from there. It's not to say that you can't have a ton of styles, but you first have to know what sells and what type of people are attracted to you. So my biggest piece of advice, number 1, is to limit your product and service offerings in the beginning. If you're in Grow Getters, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it on a live call. Let's make sure you're not doing too much in the beginning because I don't want you stalling your success. That's what will happen. I've seen it. I'm telling y'all the truth. This is what happens to people. It wastes time, energy, and money, and it stalls their whole success. And they end up having to go back and just simplifying their offer. Simple offer in the beginning. Okay. So easy way to stall your success, number 1, is to offer too many things in the very beginning. It's not to say that you can't grow it and offer a lot of things. I have a few things, right? I have my best business idea workbook. I have my mini business plan workshop. I have the Just Getting Started bootcamp for people that are starting their businesses. And then I have Grow Getters, my flagship program. And then I have one-on-one coaching. So it sounds like a lot and y'all are probably sitting here going, what? But it's actually specific to each stage. And these are all intentional offerings. They're all intentional. Okay. And this is where I'm at right now. I'm not adding anything else. These were all needed at these certain points that new business owners like you were going through. And I have something for each of those phases, right? But it took time. Okay. So whether you're a product or service business owner, keep your offerings simple and very succinct and concise, and don't waste money trying to offer a bazillion things right now. You can offer them later. So that's number 1. Okay, the second easiest way to stall your success with your new business is to try to perfect everything. Y'all, this comes up constantly in coaching and Grow Getters. People are trying to perfect everything they're doing. They don't want to put a social post out because they don't look their best, or they didn't know if they said it their best, or they were afraid to send the first email because they didn't know if they had the right first email, all the wording right, and this is what they should say. They're starting their podcast. They're so worried about what they're saying on every little thing. Y'all, things will be okay. They don't have to be perfect. So many get stuck on their website. They're like, I can't launch this and say I'm open yet because my website is not totally amazing. And I'm like, let me see your website. Let's look at it. This is fine. This is totally fine. Nobody expects a new business to have the latest and greatest website with every bell and whistle and everything. Y'all, I've had so many iterations of my website. I mean, the basic structure is the same. I've updated photos. I've updated wording. You get to update things as you go. Everyone listen to me. You get to update and change. You are not stuck with how you start. Hi, friends. I just had to jump in here really quick because so many of you have asked me what my credit card recommendations are. And I wanted to share it with you in a great promo that may help you out if you're starting your business or in the growth stage, and especially if you are strapped for cash right now or investing in things in your business. I have used Capital One for the past probably 20 years, I'm guessing, for my businesses. And for my home, they have such great rewards and all that stuff. But I have to tell you about this promo that they have going on right now. And that is 15 months interest free. Are you hearing me? If you're trying to invest in things in your business right now, whether you're your website or maybe you're trying to hire someone to help you, whatever it is, y'all, 15 months interest free. Scroll down and click the link below. You also get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 90 days. Y'all, that's amazing. And they also have a no fee credit card. So you don't have to worry about like some type of annual fee. Also, they have like 3% cash back on certain things that you spend on in the month. So it's a total no-brainer to have 15 months interest free. Just think about that relief of stress that you could experience right now and things that you're trying to spend on, and to know that all you have to do is make a minimum payment each month. You don't have to, like, it's barely a minimum payment. Y'all, you don't have to pay it off for 15 months. It's amazing. Anyway, scroll down in the show notes and get your hands on it, because I'm telling you, you will be so happy and have so much relief. Back to the episode. You are not stuck with version 1. It's simply version 1. Stop trying to perfect it. Now, I agree. You need to make a good impression. So do the best you can right now, but it's kind of like the 80-20 rule. You don't want to spend 80% of your time trying to fix just like a 20% tweak that's just going to bring you, it's not worth it. Don't spend 80% of your time doing it. Do it where it's 80% good and get it up, and let's move. And then we can go back and we can perfect everything. So if you're in Grow Getters, you know this. We talk about it all the time. Nobody is immune from this. I've been there. Okay. I've been there. So I know how it feels, because you get embarrassed. I remember when I was starting this podcast, I was like, I cannot wait to have a feeling where I turn on the mic and I know I'm decent at this, because in the beginning I was so nervous, and I would re-record. And before I even did my first one, I was like, I got to practice. And you know what? I made it as practice so that I could get it 80% good and just be like, okay, this is good enough. A lot of you don't like that term, good enough. You're like, no, it should be perfect. It should be amazing. You need to embrace good enough. You need to embrace good enough. I'm telling you, give it a hug. Good enough. You got to do it, or you're not going to move. Otherwise, if you want to perfect everything, you have a right to do that. You can do that. You're going to stall everything, I'm telling you right now. And when you think it's perfect, you're going to realize that it's not actually perfect. And then you're going to try to perfect what was perfect, and it's never going to be perfect. I don't know when you're going to ever reach that. So it's kind of this like journey that has no end, journey to the end of the world. Like, you're just going to keep going, and I don't know when it's going to stop. At what point is it perfect? I mean, I don't know, but you can tweak it later. Okay. So again, 3 easy ways to stall your success. Number 1, too many offerings, products or service offerings. Number 2, trying to perfect everything. Stop now, embrace good enough. And number 3, okay, you ready for this one? The 3rd easiest way to stall your success is to bombard yourself with negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. Y'all, so many people get stalled because of this. So they start, I see them, I've coached them. They'll like be working on their website and they're working on their product offering, and then their mind takes over. And it's like, this is not good enough. Nobody's going to buy this. This isn't as good as so-and-so's. This isn't as cute as so-and-so's. I mean, y'all, I had that in the beginning. I still just try not to, I'm just going to be honest, look at what other coaches are doing, because I have found that sometimes when I go and I just sit there and stare and look at it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty amazing. Yep, he or she is pretty awesome. And your mind starts going. And so I immediately close out the web browser. I allow myself just a little bit to look and see what's going on with my competitors. I believe you should know that, but I don't think you should dwell on it. Also, too, I think we just have that inner voice. You can call it the devil. You can call it just human nature, whatever you want to call it. It will come over you, and it will try to make you feel not good enough. Okay, not good enough to be doing this as a career, whether you're doing it as a side gig, part-time, full-time, whatever. It's going to get in the way. You're going to be like, I don't have enough experience, or maybe you're confident in your experience, because some of the people that I work with have actually been doing something similar to what their business is for a very long time, and they know they're good at it. But then they start saying, gosh, how come you can't focus? How come you can't make decisions? That's what I see. For people that actually have the experience, their problems are focus and indecision, right? Overthinking everything and then not knowing where to like start, where the next step is. And then the negative self-talk creeps in. I'm not good enough. I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know if I have enough money to invest in this to get it growing. I don't know. They start worrying about like, am I going to have to go back to a full-time job or get another part-time job because I can't get it together? I obviously don't have what it takes. I may not be cut out to be a business owner. And y'all, that couldn't be farther from the truth. You actually already have what it takes. It just has to be brought out and refined. Because I truly believe this. You all are the most amazing salespeople for what you offer. You are. Because if you met a friend today who was asking you about what you do, you weren't trying to sell them. This wasn't business talk. It was just asking about whatever that was. You're like, oh my gosh, because I used to do this like when I was in my gift business. This is a good example. I'd be like, y'all, I'm serious. This is my favorite bag. It is so cute. And this pocket, what I love on the inside, it's got the zipper pocket. So I put this in there, and then the handles are reinforced, and I just love it. And the bottom stays flat when I carry this bag. Like, I can be the best salesperson for what I believe in. And I believe that for you too. I have found out that you all are the most amazing salespeople. Many of you don't realize it. Okay. You all are so good at that. But what has to happen is all we have to do is refine you and help you with the steps and strategies for getting more eyeballs on your business and getting more clients and customers, but also for how to approach starting and growing. Many of you don't have a strategy. You don't even know what the strategy should be. There's no method to your madness. And the self-talk comes in because you feel it. You feel the stalling. Do any of you feel this way? Like you can feel it. Like you're like, I should be farther along. I should have already had this done. Why? What are you doing? And you like get mad at yourself. And there's a lot of negative self-talk. Now, we all have negative self-talk at times. It's what we do about it that matters. So you have to cut yourself off and you have to think logically. I tell my grow getters, okay, stop. Let's look at the big picture, okay, of what you're doing and why you're doing this. And then we figure out the next best step for you and your business. Okay. The negative self-talk has to be stopped, and you are the one in charge of doing that. Okay. You have to, like I said, if I look at competitors, I give myself just a few minutes to look, and I close the browser out. Okay. It's kind of like when you have a bag of cookies that you know you're not supposed to be eating a ton of, and you're like trying to have self-control. And then you have to say, no, I'm closing the lid and I'm putting this over. And in my case, I have to go hide it. I have to hide it from myself. In fact, yesterday, I'm laughing so hard. So my daughter, Ava, she's 15. She's thinking she has a gluten intolerance because her stomach is always bloated. And I noticed that. And I'm like, why is her stomach? Now we're trying to figure out, is it gluten? Is it wheat? Is it dairy? What is it? I don't know. She thinks it's gluten. And she says it's been getting better by eating less things with gluten. Well, what happened was right before she decided to go gluten-free, she'd made these amazing like pumpkin spice muffins over the holidays. Y'all, they're so good. They're basically cake. They're cake. And we made them in little muffins. And then she decided, and then she was like, oh no, what am I going to do? Because those muffins are my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm like, here. And I put them in a container and I hid them over in a part of the house because I was like, I don't want to throw them away because I want to have a little bit. And my husband wanted a little bit. And I thought if she does break down and needs a little bit, she can get it. But I hid it in a cabinet that we don't normally go in. This was like before Christmas. Y'all, yesterday, I opened the cabinet. It was under our coffee maker, and there were the muffins. And she saw it, and we laughed. We were like, I go, see, out of sight, out of mind works. It works. You have to put boundaries on yourself. And at that moment when you know that this is a problem, you have to put boundaries on yourself. So I knew at that moment, she's trying to go gluten-free. I'm not going to test her willpower. I'm going to hide these so she's not even reminded, right? So what are the things that you can implement in your life and in your business that stop you from negative self-talk, from putting more pressure on yourself and being self-critical than you need to be? Okay. I think there's moments of like, okay, you need to focus better. I think it's okay to coach yourself, but the negative self-talk will stall you so badly. Okay. So let's review really quick. 3 simple ways to stall your success as you start and grow your business. Number 1, too many product or service offerings. Number 2, trying to perfect everything. And number 3, negative self-talk. So what's the opposite of these? What are you going to take away from this? 1, you're going to have simple offers, the least amount of offers that you can have to get going. Number 2, you're not going to perfect everything. You're going to embrace good enough. And number 3, you're not going to have negative self-talk. When you find yourself, you're going to put boundaries in place and you're going to start talking through the things that are so amazing about you and your experience and your passion for this and how you can just imagine those people that you want to help. There are people waiting on you right now. Get out of self-talk and get into a coaching situation. Coach yourself, pep yourself up. Let's go. You've got people to serve. You've got money to make. Let's do this. Okay? Well, I'm so happy you're here. And if you're listening today and you're like, yeah, I need some help. I need to focus. I need to get moving with my business. Y'all know I have ways that you can work with me. As I said, I've got workshops, whether you're in the idea stage, planning stage, starting stage. And if you're in the growth stage, my flagship program. Come on, y'all. You got to come into Grow Getters. I can't wait to welcome you in. You get all the proven strategies, you get expert coaching, and you get a supportive community. It's everything you need to get your new business growing online and get consistent leads and sales. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to welcome you in. That's it. Y'all have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.